My dearest scholars, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are well at your respective houses during this corona pandemic. This corona pandemic, this is such a situation which the world has never seen before. Everything is stopped, but your beloved alma mater, Burshal Cadet College, has arranged online classes for you. I hope you're going to be largely benefited from this class.
Dear cadets, without any more delay, I'm moving into today's lesson. I welcome you all to my video lesson. But before that, Corona has grabbed all of us. So here you can see some do's and don'ts for Corona. So follow that. Do wash your hands, use towel, handkerchief, or tissue paper while sneezing. Always wear a mask. And I am your Bulbul Gaji sir, lecturer in English, Burshad Cadet College. While preparing this lesson for you, my dear cadets, I consulted these three books mainly. English for Today for class 7, prescribed by National Curriculum and Textbook Board, Cambridge Advanced Learners Dictionary, which is a very user-friendly and authentic dictionary, Intermediate English Grammar by Raymond Murphy, which is also a very useful grammar book. You can rely on it. This lesson is meant for you, class 7 cadets, and the unit is Unit 4, People Who Make a Difference. You can open your book and open that unit. Lesson 2. What can you see in this picture, my dear cadets? Can you guess what is happening? Yes, a teacher is taking class, right? Yes. So our today's topic is, the lesson title is A Teacher. After this lesson, you are going to be able to ask and answer questions, enrich vocabulary, understand expressions, apply phonetic symbol, read and understand texts, match word meaning. Finally, solve cloze test with clues. We will be covering all these learning outcomes throughout the whole session. Vocabulary. These are the words you may encounter as new to you. The words are vacant, status, admire, demonstrate, inspire. Wait for the next slide. First word is vacant, which is an adjective. If the pronunciation vacant, remember, many people pronounce this word as vacant, but this pronunciation is not vacant, it's vacant. US is also vacant. Its meaning, not filled or occupied, available to be used. Its meaning is not filled or occupied or available to be used. The hospital has no vacant beds. The pronunciation, mark the pronunciation. The hospital has no vacant beds. A vacant job is one that no one is doing and is therefore available for someone new to do. Look at this picture. The hospital beds, they're not empty. They're not vacant. Synonym for vacant: bare, bareness, blank, clear, dead, deserted, desolate, desolation, emptiness, empty, flat, forlorn. This is a wonderful word, forlorn, lifeless, nothingness, unfilled, uninhabited, unoccupied, vacuum, void. These all are synonym for vacant. We'll be trying to enrich our vocabulary in this way. While you find a new word, try to learn some associated words with it. So these are the synonyms of vacant. Next word is status. It is a noun, countable. You see, UK pronunciation is status. US pronunciation is also status. Countable or uncountable, you can use both. An unaccepted or official position, especially in a social group. An accepted or official position, especially in a social group. As I was talking about, an accepted or official position, especially in a social group. The association works to promote the status of retired people as useful members of the community. So, dear cadets, mark the pronunciation again. Status, it's not status, it's status. Next word is admire. It's a verb and it's transitive verb. You understand transitive and intransitive verb? Hope so. UK pronunciation is admire. US pronunciation is also admire. To find someone or something attractive and pleasant to look at. It's admire, meaning is to find someone or something attractive and pleasant to look at. We stood for a few moments admiring the view. Next example, I was just admiring your jacket, Delia. So this is a good technique for enriching vocabulary. When you find a new word, you try to use it as a sentence. You learn the meaning, you learn the pronunciation, and very importantly, if you can learn whether if it is a verb, transitive, or these are the associated ideas, it will be very helpful for you. Next word is demonstrate. It is a verb. Its pronunciation is demonstrate. Trade here, look here, the pronunciation is demonstrate. The US pronunciation is also demonstrate, meaning to show or make something clear. To show or make something clear. This number clearly demonstrates the size of the economic problem facing the country. Plus that. Research has demonstrated that babies can recognize their mother's voice very soon after birth. These problems demonstrate the importance of strategic planning. So this is how we use demonstrate as a word. Here, the structure shows you how to use demonstrate with that clause. Next word is inspire. It is a verb and its UK pronunciation is inspire and US pronunciation is inspire. To make transitive verb, to make someone feel that they want to do something and can do it. This is important. To make someone feel that they want to do something and can do it. To motivate someone, to persuade someone to do something. The meaning is his confident leadership inspired the followers. Now, infinitive verb. After her trip to Venezuela, she felt inspired to learn Spanish. And as a transitive verb, the meaning is to make someone have a particular strong feeling or reaction. She inspires great loyalty among her followers. The captain's heroic effort inspired them with determination. So here I tried to show you two mostly used meaning of inspire. I hope you will be benefited. Now we are moving into the text in your textbook. My dear cadets, you can open your textbook and you can also match the text. Let's read out. Shahana's husband, Mr. Jamil Huda, works in a company office. His farm has a vacant position. On several days, he told Shahana, I want you to apply for the post, but Shahana said, please don't insist. I'm joining the local high school as a teacher. What do you find in a teaching job, Shahana? I don't want you to do it. Her in-laws were also on his side, that means her husband's side. Yet Shahana joined the school against the will of the family. Again, mark this statement. Yet Shahana joined the school against the will of the family. Here, will will express the meaning that desire. Weeks, months went by. Every day, Shahana helps with the household work. Every day, she works hard to prepare her lesson. Every day, she goes to school, teaches her students, and helps both weak and bright ones. Remember, this is a good structure. You see, teachers, in my earlier class, I showed you the use of ones instead of noun. Here, again, teaches her students and helps both weak and bright ones. These ones actually represent students. They often come to her in the teacher's room, in the corridor, and even on the road, and talk to her about any academic and personal problems. Within a year, Shahana becomes a very good teacher. Students give her salam wherever they see her. Teachers, even the head teacher, admire her. Parents and other people in the community come to see her at home and at the school and pay her great respect. One day, her husband said, "You have opened my eyes, Shahana. Teaching is more than a job. I didn't know it. Congratulations." "Thank you," she smiled. "Tell me, Shahana, how you could be such a great teacher?" Jamil wanted to know. "I don't only teach my subject, I care for my students. I love them. I myself demonstrate good behaviors and inspire them to be good. That's all I do," replied Shahana. So I'm repeating this part again. One day her husband said, "You have opened my eyes, Shahana. Teaching is more than a job. I didn't know it. Congratulations." "Thank you," she smiled. Now her husband asked, "Tell me, Shahana, how you could be such a great teacher?" Jamil wanted to know. Shahana's reply, mark here, "I don't only teach my subject. I care for my students. I love them. I myself demonstrate good behavior and inspire them to be good. That's what I do," replied Shahana. Now here I have tried to show you the variation of tense. Look at this text. Shahana's husband, Mr. Jamil Huda, works in a company. His farm has a vacant position. On several days, he told Shahana. Now, the first two sentences, the first one, Shahana's husband, Mr. Jamil Huda, works in a company office. This is a simple present tense. Why? Because this is his profession and this is a timeless expression. His farm has a vacant post that express the present condition of that farm. Now, on several days, the time is definite. He told Shahana. So it happened in the past. That's why here past tense is introduced. The passage began with present tense, then it shifted to past tense. Now again here I want you to apply for the post. This sentence is inside inverted commas, that means quotation mark. So that is actually present tense. But Shahana said, you see the past tense and inside the quotation mark you have please don't insist. This is a good expression. We will be talking about it in the next part. Here I'm joining the local high school as a teacher. Please don't insist. This is an imperative sentence. I'm joining the local high school as a teacher. This is a good expression. I'm going to discuss it. What do you find in a teaching job, Shahana? I don't want you to do it. The whole thing, it is inside inverted comma, that means inside quotation mark. Her in-laws were on his side, that means her husband's side. So this again, you see, past tense. Why? Because this position also changed later on. They changed their side. They, by now that they all supported Shahana after a few months. Expressions. Please don't insist. Insist means to motivate someone, to persuade someone to do something. So please don't insist. When this is a polite way to refuse a request or an order. So when someone try to motivate you, when someone try to force you to do something, this is a polite way to refuse. You request them not to insist. Next grammar point is, I'm joining the local high school as a teacher. So this is, what is the structure? Present continuous tense, right? But it is talking about future. I'm joining the local high school. That means she is going to join a local high school in future. But there is a difference. I will join the local high school and I'm joining the local high school. It has difference in their meaning. I will join, simple future tense. This structure actually expresses that this is an instant decision and there is no planning, there is no preparation for that job. But when you say I'm joining or I'm doing something, it means this is a definite decision and you have done all the arrangement for doing it. So when Shahana told I'm joining the local high school, it means she was firmly decided, she has thoroughly thought about this, and she is finally determined to join the high school as a teacher. Now another point is as a teacher. So you can also use the expression I am doing it as a student. He is working as a passerby. So these are the possible uses you can use this structure. Now this is another interesting structure. Weeks, months went by. Every day Shahana helps with the household work. Every day she works hard to prepare her lessons. Every day she goes to school. You see, all the three sentences started with every day, and all the three sentences has the similar pattern of structure, similar pattern of tense. You see, every day Shahana helps, simple present tense. Every day she works, simple present tense. Every day she goes. This is called parallelism. This is an interesting way of expressing facts. I hope you practice it at your day-to-day life. When you want to, it will sound fabulous, wonderful when you can use parallelism in your day-to-day life speaking. Now, this is also an interesting activity. Here you have some words, and in this side you have some meaning. You have to match them. So the first word is company, vacant, status, in-laws, corridor, academic, admire, demonstrate, inspire. Now the meanings are a long, narrow passage in a building, relatives by marriage, especially husbands or wives, family members, to show something by doing, connected with study, education, to encourage somebody to do something well, high rank or social position, business, empty, for example, a seat not taken by anybody, to show respect. So dear cadets, now it's your turn to dear cadets, you practice this. I'm giving you time. You can do it. Try and try and keep trying. I hope you have tried enough. Let's see if your answer matches. Company, its meaning is business. Vacant, empty. For example, seat not taken by anybody. Status, high rank or social position. In-laws, meaning relatives by marriage, especially husbands or wives, family members. Corridor, a long narrow passage in a building. Academic, connected with study, education. Admire, to show respect. Demonstrate, to show something by doing. Inspire, to encourage somebody to do something well. Now, what can be the possible question type? There might be several questions from this passage. This is one. Let's read the passage. This is cloze test with clues. Now, dear cadets, this is an interesting activity. It can help you understand the text very well. It will give you solid marks in the examination. Now, while doing these activities, what you have to do first is you have to read the blank passage again and again. Now, a father is talking to his daughter about her in life. The girl to be a pilot, but father had to a doctor. He says that the job of a is risky. Often there may be a plane that may kill all the plane. So the father does not have to be a pilot. On the other hand, the life of a doctor is he or she can the suffering people and be very person in society. Now, while doing this activity, you have to read the text in this way. After that, you have to read the words. Then you have to read the text again. Then you should attempt doing this. So, dear kids, we're trying to solve this now. So, a father is talking to his daughter about her aim in life. The girl wants to be a pilot, but the father wants her to become a doctor. He says that the job of a pilot is risky. Pilot, from the box, often there may be a plane crash that may kill all the passengers of the plane. So the father does not want her to be a pilot. On the other hand, the life of a doctor is peaceful. He or she can help the suffering people and be a very useful person in the society. So this can be a very good practice. Now you have a homework. Read the completed passage again. So we have finished the passage and try to solve this. And remember, while doing this homework, you can get idea from the passage we have done just before, the fill in the blanks. So the question is, what do you want to be? I want to be, you can be anything. What is your dream? Why do you want to be whatever you want to be? And then your answer should be like this. And you just don't write in one or two single sentence. Write again. This exercise you have to do from this passage. Reading this passage, you do this word. Here you have a conversation between father and the daughter of what the daughter wants to be and what the father wants to hard to be, and the logic father puts. So the same way you have to do this activity. Okay, my dear cadets. Now, finally, it's your turn. So far, through the lesson, the ideas I have shared, if you have any doubt, any problem, any confusion, please feel free to ask through the comment box. You will find me there to solve your problem. Do not forget to leave a comment if you like the class. Finally, dear cadets, before leaving you, before finishing my lesson, I'd like to request you, or more specifically, I'd like to insist you to focus on the precautions by which you can actually save yourself from this corona. You know, there is no remedy, there is no vaccine yet to help us, to help this world. So the only person or only thing that can save us from corona is being safe, and being safe means staying home. So my dear cadets, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.